Hold on. I'm getting lightened. Hold on. I hope this works. Shit. All right. Hold on. Shit. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I can hear him. Oh, okay, I'm on my phone. That's why I can hear it. Embarrassing. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know if this is going to be enough light. Should be. I do hope that if one of the candles behind me starts burning my curtains, someone will alert me. That's really all I ask. Okay. One more. One more. All right. Let's see. Let me see if it's enough. Hi, guys. Yeah, it's almost too much, right? Oh, my goodness. All right, let me move. If my curtains catch on fire, someone please let me know. Please. That's all I ask. Hey, Freeside, my godson. Hold on. Oh, Judo is here. Hold on. Hey, Judo. Let me unmute you. Or you muted yourself, I think.
There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Hey!
Carrie's here. And let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Hold on. I'm telling you, Carrie, it's your job. If my curtains catch on fire, let me know. Rick Turd is trash.
No fire.
He probably is trash.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have my hearing aids in. I'm just making sure.
We can hear you. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Katie. There's my little freestyle. I can hear myself. Somebody's got me on.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Southern girl, I love you. Your vibration board's old. Hello, Rick. Turd is trash. How are you? You were in. I think you were in Savages last night.
Is that better?
Super pig as that is. Hello. I love you, Steve-O. I love you. Hi, Daffy. There's Clancy. I love you. Teresa. And then Teresa. And there's Deborah. And there's my Peas. And let me see who's up here. There's Carrie. Why? Oh, I love her. There's Sizzles.
It's my birthday in the Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball One. Woohoo! Sorry.
I mean, I think this is a good idea. We'll switch
it
up.
Tomorrow was birthday, sorry.
And I'm going to tell you, Judo, Trudy, I've got Trudy's file ready to go to do a half hour. I think you had, hey, Angelo, I think you had suggested that. Hey, Mama Cannoli. And it's a great case. Well, no, it's not a great case because they knew who did it and let them all die. And then there's, oh, we don't know who did it. Well, I mean, yeah, you did.
I think it's still unsolved, considered unsolved.
It will. Earth, I love you to Uranus and back. It's never going to be. A lot of the cases that I do, they know who did it, and they let the suspects die.
There's been several young girls in this area that have just vanished.
Gone. That happens a lot too, more than I even thought I knew. So that's just. Hey, Angela, we're telling ghost stories. Do you have any? My daughter, she wanted to come. Hold on. Hope everybody's doing well today.
I have a funny ghost story, a couple anyway.
I can't wait. Let me see. Let me text her. She's upstairs, but our butler Jeeves does not work on Saturday nights. Our butler, he's not here. Y'all know, I don't know if y'all do know, my son loves hockey and he loves the Toronto Maple Leafs. So tomorrow, him and his dad are going down to Raleigh. I live in Lynchburg, Virginia. They're going down to Raleigh, which I think maybe 3 hours, and they're going to see the Toronto Maple Leafs play.
I don't know.
So my son is 21 and acting like a 12-year-old. I think we might have to get him some Benadryl to sleep.
The hotel I'm staying at in Chicago, when I go to see the surgeons here in a couple of weeks, it's only like a half a mile from where the Blackhawks practice. You can go right in the building and watch them practice, feed them, and everything.
He's got I don't know why. I mean, we live in Virginia. Every professional team except for his football team, which is Green Bay, is out of Toronto. So he's like a kid. Hold on, let me get this kid. Let me get my kid down here. And all right. So, do you want to start judo?
Sure. Yeah, that way I can get back and help Ghost out.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Well,
I'll go next.
Most of you know, some of you don't. I am missing my legs. I was hurt as a baby, so I've been in the hospital a lot, way too much. This was 2 years ago, and I have a autoimmune disease called hidradenitis suppurativa, and it causes abscesses to form in different parts of the body. It could be your butt, it could be your chest, your face, armpits, but they're huge abscesses.
Yeah, I knew a woman that had that, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I woke up 2 years ago on Halloween, and I had a massive one on my rear end, and I don't got no legs, so we had to go to the emergency room.
Right.
And so I had to have emergency surgery on Halloween, right? And we get through all that. They get it drained. They got all the stuff packed, whatever. And this is like 2:00 in the morning. And St. Francis Hospital in Peoria, Illinois, is like 120.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta interrupt. I have relatives in Peoria, Illinois. I kid you not. Sorry, had to say something.
There you go.
St. Francis, it's old. It's like 120, 130-year-old hospital, old Catholic hospital. And some of it's been torn down and rebuilt, and parts of it are still the old parts of the building. Well, since I wasn't like admitted, it was emergency surgery.
Right.
So they put me in what they call the hospital part of the hospital. They got like hospital doctors that oversee and all that. This happened to be the old part of the hospital where the old emergency room was. And first, I'd known growing up in the hospital in that area, when somebody like codes or something, things get bad. And doctors and nurses, there's videos online where you can see them talking about it. They see this nun, and it's like she's there to help. Because back then nuns were the nurses,
right? Yeah.
And so I mean, I'd always knew they seen weird stuff in this hospital. Well, I was asleep, and I don't know what it was, but something it snapped me awake to where I was sitting up, and my fists were closed. I was ready to swing. And beside me on the left side was a guy standing, and he had a blue uniform on. I could see his name tag, but I couldn't see his face. His face was all distorted.
Right.
Like, I couldn't make nothing out. And he was holding the only thing I could think of to kind of explain what it was like a dentist. You know how the dentist needles look? They're metal.
Yes.
And they got to pop something in the casing. Like they used to use back in the old days, the metal needles. He was holding one of them. Right?
Oh,
well, at first I thought, well, this is just somebody coming in to check the IV or something, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I knew my nurse was a girl, right?
And had a face.
Yeah, that had a face.
Yeah, and had a face.
And I asked, I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm here to give you your shot."
Thank you, Earth.
And I was like, "What shot?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be no shot. He's like, "This is for your I can't remember what he called it. It's so you don't get blood clots, right?"
Right.
But the one I'd had earlier, they come in a little triangle shaped squeeze thing with a
Yeah.
needle on the end, and they just
Oh
stick
yeah.
it and they stick it in your belly and just squeeze it, right?
Right.
They don't give it through this thing he was holding. So I'm freaking out right then. Number one, I can't make out who he is. You know what I mean? And he's holding
Yeah.
this. It looked like a huge, like, remember Dr. Giggles? That
Yeah.
movie? That
Yeah.
needle he had? It looked
Yeah.
like one of them.
Oh no. Oh
And
no.
so he's like, "I'm gonna give you this shot." And I was like, "No, I don't want it. You know what I mean? I just want to go back to bed." And he started cussing at me.
Oh.
Cussing. And I was like, okay, what? I was like, "I'm not gonna take the shot. Just leave me alone. Just and I think I probably said, "Get the fuck out of here."
There you go.
And I watched, and you could watch him go around the front of the bed, and he went where you go out the door, there was a bathroom, like a little hallway thing there. You
Right.
couldn't see. He was just gone, right? I'm freaked out at this point. So I hit my pager to call the nurse.
Right.
She comes in the room, and I'm like, "Who did you just send in my room?" She's like, "Nobody's been in your room." Right. And that's probably how I looked at her.
Yeah.
I was like, "There was just somebody in my room, and he tried to give me a shot." And she was like, "Nobody's been in your room. You're not due for another heparin." That's what it's called. Heparin shot for like 2 or 3 hours. So nobody should be bugging you. So I'm freaking out at this point. And she went back out to the desk, right? There's one lady there in the nursing station. There's a bunch of little cameras. Each room has a camera over the beds and going out the doorway.
Right.
They seen the guy in the room, but did not see nobody go in the room or out of the room.
Oh, hell's bells, no. No.
And to this day, I still don't know what the hell happened. I was wide awake. I mean, the anesthesia, all that done worn off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But its present snapped me out of a dead sleep to where I was ready to fight.
I wonder what would have happened if you'd have let him give you the shot.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's incredible because if you'd have let him do it,
I don't know. I don't know if it was maybe some whacked out dude snuck in the hospital and snuck in the room somehow.
I don't know that.
It was Halloween. That's what got me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Halloween.
You know, it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, no.
And at St. Francis, if I remember right,
Thank you.
they like locked the ward. They locked the hospital down except for the ER at night.
Yeah.
You got to have like key cards to get into certain areas.
Yeah, so it had to be paranormal. It had to be.
But the needle is what freaks me out still to this day, because why was it holding this needle that looked like it came from the 1500s or something?
That's scary. Look, I have chills. Look, I have chills. I have chills. And
I was stuck in the bed because my wheelchair was clear across on the other side of the room.
Right.
So I couldn't get up and take off running or anything. I mean, I was going to have to fight or whatever.
Right. But think I listen to you. A lot of times they tell you if you tell it to go away, it will.
Whatever it was looked solid.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I just
going to ask.
It had like, I don't even know how to. It had no face. It was just like blurry. But everything else,
that's crazy.
But look up St. Francis Hospital, Peoria, Illinois.
Absolutely.
Also, in our town, I live in Monmouth, Illinois. I don't care to dox myself.
Yeah,
Jimbo's already done it. So.
Yeah, so true.
But we have the original Crybaby Bridge here.
All right, you got to tell me what that is.
Okay, and then I think it was in the 30s. Bridge. There's an old bridge out in the country on a gravel road, and a school bus went off the bridge, and a bunch of kids died at this area. So the bridge is still there. And when you go to the bridge, you park your car, okay, just right in the middle of the bridge. You get out, pour some baby powder on your bumper.
Right.
Okay. You get back in your car and you put it in neutral and just sit there with it neutral. And that car will start moving forward until you're off the bridge. You get out of the car, go behind and look, and there's little kids' fingerprints in the baby powder.
No.
And I'm not kidding. There's a video online. It's called Dwyer and Michael's Crybaby Bridge. And it's one of our local radio stations. They went out there and it freaked them out so bad that they never went back.
So is this like a rite of passage in your town when you get a certain age and you get in the car? Hey, Care Bear.
Everybody goes out there. Yeah. And you get the shit scared out of you. Because you see little fingerprints in the baby powder on the bumper.
We have a road like that here, and it's actually Route 666. I'm not kidding you. And it's a dirt road, and the bridge that you have to go to get to it is like you go up, then it's flat, so you have to beep your horn, and then you go, and then you take a left. I mean, right.
You have a road like that?
Yes, girl. Yes.
Where?
I'll show.
Yeah, it's a crybaby. This bridge, it's flat. Going straight across it.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just thinking this one is same.
It actually goes uphill once you get off the bridge.
Yes.
So whatever's pushing the car. What? But there's a video on YouTube too. So
we should put baby powder.
Crybaby Bridge.
Judo has brought the stories, people. Where's the puppy?
So I better get back over and help Ghost out.
Where's the puppy, though?
Where's the puppy?
Can I go next?
You ought to see his puppy.
Come here, boss.
It's a puppy.
Puppy.
Come here.
We're gonna see the puppy.
You gotta tell me when I got it on him.
Look at him. Look, that is a puppy.
Oh,
isn't he pretty? I love that puppy.
All 140 pounds.
Yeah. He's like a service animal.
He broke my bed 2 weeks ago. I was laying in bed and I had my eyes closed and I heard this trotting real fast and I didn't hear nothing. And I opened my eyes and he was airborne.
Oh, yay.
On the bed and he broke the middle of the bed frame.
Oh, God. So, that's what kids do. That's like your kid.
At least I got a new bed.
There you go. Well, when you go back over to Ghost and them, tell them I said hi.
I will do that.
Oh, thank you for coming up here.
Not a problem.
Oh, yeah. Now we've never really talked like me together.
It's not a lot, no, just in chat.
Now you can come up here more. Maybe cool. when I do Trudy's story, I can email you and let you know.
Okay, yeah. There's another one from that area that's just like hers, but she just vanished from camping.
Thank you, Irish Gal. I want to say that I read that. I want to say that I know. I'm thinking I've got so many things written down here.
I mean, literally just gone.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Summerwell's gone.
When you do those, hey Tilly, when you cover stories like that and they're just gone, there's nowhere to go after it. That's kind of the way Trudy's is, except for you know who did it, basically. Yeah. And it's just there's nothing. There's nothing. No. So that's why I thought for those stories I would break them up instead of doing an hour and a half, which is not, they don't have an hour and a half worth.
I'll never forget Trudy's story because I was her age at the time.
Well, then I'm going to do that'll be during the week.
Because she was what? I think she was 12.
She was 12. Yeah. And pretty little girl.
Yeah.
Pretty little girl. And you know what? She was doing what 12-year-olds do, and that is push the envelope. They push the envelope. When their parents say no, they think, well, I'll be back by the time he gets home.
I was the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So was I. She wasn't. She was always nice. I like her very much. But anyway.
Well, I'll let you guys get back to it.
All right, honey.
We'll see you later.
Thank you so much. Let me see Halloween. I got to go up. Hey, Kiri.
Hey, hey guys.
Hey, Max. Hello, Bad Medicine. Hello,
Hello,
Spark Plugs.
everybody.
Hey, Miss Tree. Oh, Miss Quirky. Hello, Quirky's
Can you
here.
hear me? Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. Hold on, I'm just saying hi to people that I
Okay.
missed when he was talking. He brought the stories. He brought the stories.
I wish I
All
heard
right.
the rest of that
Oh,
hospital
Jennifer
one.
P is here. Jennifer P, please don't hold on. Just because I didn't want to be porned. Hold on. Hold on. I don't need to do that. Oh, there she is. Never mind. There she is. Thank you, baby. There she is. Hey, Jennifer. Let me see. I think you know. Yeah, you have yourself muted.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
There
Hi,
you go.
everyone.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Luke.
Oh, who's gonna go first?
Oh, wait a minute. We'll let Carrie go.
Go ahead, Carrie.
Hey, Jennifer. It's funny. My sister's name's Jennifer.
Stop drinking my beverage. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. All right, Carrie, hit us with it.
All right. Well, tomorrow's my birthday. Woo! 57. So I dedicate this story to my dad because he died a few
Hey,
years
Miss
ago.
Mama. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know. You know.
Oh, anyway. But this is funny. I was watching a scary movie, of course, right? I swear our house is haunted.
Right.
And I was watching a scary movie, and I was gonna go to the bathroom, right? And all of a sudden, I see this hand reach, and we had a sliding glass door, and then I saw this hand like opening this sliding glass door.
Shut up.
And I said to my sister, I said, Jennifer! Oh my God, Jennifer! Oh my God, there's somebody breaking in our house. And my sister's, she's like, get out of my house right now. And my dad's like, it was my dad. And he goes, excuse me?
That's funny.
That was it. That's all I have, but it was funny.
Let me tell you what my husband did one time. I was in the bathtub, and so it was on the first floor of the main, right?
Yeah.
And he kept trying to come in, and my daughter Devin was protecting the door, and so I'm in the bathtub splashing, and through our bathroom window, big ladder, and the window was right above the bathtub.
Oh my God.
I know, it's a wonder I didn't kill him because I pushed, you know. Say, Kimmy. So I get that when you get, I get that. He ain't tried it since. If I kill him, I'll do it in.
Oh my God.
I could have, what do they always say? Asked me how long I've been married, and I say, well, I could have killed him on my wedding night and been out by now. So, hey, yo.
Do you want to hear my UFO story or not?
Paranormal is paranormal.
Okay. Well, you know that factory I worked at for a long time, for 16 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was on a Friday night after work, and it was weird. Okay. It was over. Okay. It was okay. At a factory, there was like a long line of cars coming out, right?
Yes.
The parking lot of it. Friday night, it was like ready to go to the bar or whatever. You gotta go home.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, there's like this shiny light. Do you remember that show Coast to Coast AM?
I don't know.
It's like a talk show.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it.
Well, they talk about UFOs and ghosts and stuff like that. What we're talking about, paranormal stuff. They talk a lot about UFOs, and I wasn't the only one that saw it. It was weird. Yeah, and it was like a sparkly, like I don't know. It's hard to explain. It was shiny, and it was like it seemed low. And then all of a sudden, I was in my car. I was driving, and then all of a sudden it went poof,
Just gone.
Nowhere, just gone. And this lady, I ate like lunch, supper, whatever you call it, second shift, and she goes, it was Monday, the Monday after, and we were talking, and she goes, I saw the strangest thing Friday night. I go, you saw it too? She goes, I don't know if I'm watching too much Coast to Coast listening. And I'm like, right? Isn't that weird?
Well, you know what? I have this theory because y'all know I do these cases where people just disappear.
Yeah.
They're gonna walk around the block and they disappear. They were at home and they disappear.
Yeah.
They smoke Pias in the house. They can't all just walk off a cliff. Something's going on. I mean, where you go, especially like me and Tina were talking about, that people just go and they don't show up anywhere.
I know. It's weird.
There's a problem somewhere. And so I have made it, and you know what? It happens a lot to grandmothers. Now I say that because I'm a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I am absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I can't help it.
Woo-hoo!
But if I go outside and get hit by a bus, the headline will read, grandmother gets hit by a bus. So that is why I have made a pledge. They're not going to get me. I don't go out at night.
Yeah.
I don't go out at night. You ain't going to get my ass.
You know what? I told people at work that
grandmother disappears. Grandmother disappears. No, I don't think so. No.
Well, I carpooled with these two guys that saw it too, and they're like, we rolled down our windows and we heard to see if we heard anything. We couldn't hear anything.
They rarely hear me. Curious say, F, I love you. People with like you remember the old Unsolved Mysteries?
Yeah.
They never heard anything.
None
of them ever heard anything. Or no, so you probably did see one. Just hoping.
Crazy. And my boyfriend's
like, it should be linked. Is it not linked at the top?
Anyway, that was my ghost stories.
Well, thank you, Carrie, and I love you and happy birthday.
I love you. Thank you.
Happy birthday to Carrie tomorrow.
It's nice to meet you, Carrie.
I'll celebrate for you over here. I'll get
go Iowa. I go Iowa. Caitlin. Iowa women's basketball.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you are. So
you know what I mean?
Is obsessed with her.
Yes, you know what I
mean. in our group chat, Val is all the way up.
Yes.
She's stored. Like,
woo! Love you. I'll listen to the other ghost stories.
Oh, thank you, Carrie. I love you.
Love you more. Bye.
Bye, Carrie.
Bye, guys.
Is it pinned at the top?
Hi.
Can you see if it's
Hi.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Welcome to my
Thank you. I just have a few stories. Just a couple. Like when I was 4, we lived in this old farmhouse, and every night I would wake up. Me and my sister had twin beds. I would wake up and there'd be this little girl with like brown hair, and she had this like flower nightgown on, and she would always be like leaning over looking at my sister. Well, I'm 4, but I still remember this. I'm 55 now. Anyways, so then a couple months after this, all of a sudden my sister started saying that she was playing with her imaginary friend Jamie. Well, then unbeknownst to me at that time, my mom kind of has like the same thing where she could like see stuff or whatever.
Yes.
She looked it up, and a little girl, Jamie, had drowned in the pond like 50 years before that. And it was just crazy. And I didn't know at the time, I found out when I was older, but it was crazy.
No.
So I was seeing a little girl named Janie. My sister was playing with an imaginary friend named Janie, and there was actually a little girl named Janie. It was just crazy.
Get up here, Smoke that Pete. Oh my
and then
God.
it was just like, yeah. And then there's another one. My daughter, she's deceased, but she had been missing at this time, she had been missing for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just sitting on my deck, smoking a cigarette. I wasn't thinking about anything. And all of a sudden, my daughter came to me, like she was like fully dressed like her normal self and everything.
Right.
And she basically told me that she was okay and that she was dead.
Right.
So at the time, I was completely freaked out, but I knew she was dead, obviously.
Right.
So I told my husband, and he was like, "Oh my God, Jen, you're full of crap. Val's alive. She's just missing." And then I called my sister, and she's like, "Oh my God, Jen, that's fucked up." Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Oh, I'm so sorry, so sorry.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
No.
You would know if your daughter's alive or dead, and I'm like, "Well, Mindy, I'm telling you, she's dead." And then a week later, the local news did they had an artist come in, and she had been in the morgue the whole entire 3 weeks. Yeah. So that was just crazy. And what's so weird about it is 6 months before this, I knew someone in my family was going to die, but I thought it was going to be my husband. It was just so weird.
Right, because you
yeah. And then like when I was 10, and when I was 15, my parents, I was terrified that if they went without me, they were going to get in a car accident and my dad was going to die. So every time, like, they were like, "What the hell is wrong with you, Jen?" Like every time I wanted to go with them, no matter what.
Right.
And so sure enough, my parents got in a car accident and my dad ended up having blood clot in his brain and he died of a stroke. And it's just like weird stuff like that has happened to me like my whole life.
Irish scale, yeah. Yeah, see, I will tell you what happens to me. And it happens to my cousin Todd. We can go into any room, anywhere, right? And know if it's good vibes or bad vibes. You can almost,
me too.
I can almost hear him saying, like talking, like, and we went and stayed in a hotel one time, and we were staying for a week, and I hated that hotel from the moment we got there. And we even left a day early. This was at the beach. I don't ever leave the beach early.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened in that room, but I know it was something very bad. My cousin went to the 9/11 memorial, and he had to leave. He had to leave because he said it was just so many, just all that's still there. All the yelling, the screaming, it's all still there, and he could hear it. Hey, Beverly. So I get that. And
yeah, that's how I'm like, it's crazy. Like when I was 10, my parents were looking for houses to buy.
Right.
And there was this one house and I said, "There's a mean, nasty old man and he stays in the family room."
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to tell that to my parents though, because I didn't want them to think I was crazy. So I just said, "Oh, I don't want to buy this house. Please, Mom, Dad, don't buy this house." And I was like hysterical, but I didn't want to tell them, I think there's like a ghost man in there, because I didn't want to tell them. I thought they'd think I was crazy. But yeah, that's always happened to me. Like I know if it's good or bad, and then sometimes I see them, and sometimes I don't. But it's crazy.
But yeah, sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. But always hear them, always hear it. And sometimes it'll be, if it's a really older building or older home, I can hear it's like a party. It's like so many people are talking at once.
Yep.
And again, I'll have to go because. And if, my husband's like, "You're crazy." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know that, but I can't be in that. I can't do it. So it's good all right. I mean, I know that it is normal, but a lot of people don't come up and say hey, I do that.
Well, I know, because that's like me for years. Like my parents thought I was just some like psycho kid because I would have these reactions and I didn't want to tell them like, "Oh, I see people or I hear things or whatever." And so I just kept it to myself. And just until maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I finally just was like, because at night, like a couple times at night, I'll be sleeping and I'll wake up and I'll hear people having conversations.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "What the heck?" And then I'm just like, "Go away. I don't want to hear you. I'm trying to sleep,"
And they'll go away usually. They go away.
They will. Yeah.
They'll go away.
But I'm glad I don't, because I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to come up here and people are going to think I'm nuts." I think they think I'm nuts already. But.
Here, all right, I'm going to tell you a story like this. All right, I'm going to tell y'all this. My Aunt Sheila has got a mid-century modern house, right? I mean, and Okay, so she is my cousin Todd's mother. My cousin Todd is older than me. He brought his boyfriend home for the first time. Yeah, well, and they went to sleep, and Alan, the boyfriend, woke Todd up, and he said, there's glasses clinking, and people talking in the living room. And Todd went, I know, they'll go away. Just go to bed. She hears them all the time. I mean, nobody's moving. Todd said, I know. Just go to sleep. They'll go away. So, I don't know, Kale's right. And if
I know, so I'm glad someone's like has experiences, because like I'm thinking like when I was younger, I really thought I was like crazy. I couldn't talk to anybody, and I really thought I was crazy, and I had severe anxiety. Like I would have panic attacks all the time.
Because you're an empath.
And I didn't want to tell anybody.
I could be walking in like around.
But I'll let hi Deborah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hog up all the time. I'll let Deborah talk, and I'll jump down.
But I'm glad that we see each other. We get it. All right, we see these things.
Yes, I'm glad someone else is like, it's not. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
I'll let you go.
All right, thank you for coming up.
No problem. Have a good night.
You too. I'm having a great night. I hope y'all are. Hey, Deborah.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. This is my first time ever being up here or even coming up on one. Yes.
Yay. I should have a song ready, but I don't.
It's all right.
Put on my things to do. Okay.
But no, I live in a haunted house.
Do you?
Yeah, it's so bad to where I had to call out the dead files back in 2016.
Really?
Yeah. They came in, they investigated my house, and they told me what I was dealing with. But we have dealt with some horrible things up in here. I mean, it started out being like late taps on the wall, 2 or 3 times. Little things will come up missing, but you'll find them later on somewhere you never would expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we found our car keys had been missing for like 2 days, and we would find them out in the middle of the damn yard. And we're like, how the hell did they get there? They were just gone. They were on the rack, but now they're gone.
Right.
It escalated. It went from little things like that to throwing pots and pans at us while we were doing dishes. If me and my husband would get into an argument, you better make sure to duck, because there's going to be a big old pot coming across to come hit him. He's been hit several times. It really screws with him hard. My daughter, though, it messed with her so bad. Apparently, this thing lay dormant for years until we moved in, and my daughter became a preteen. Yeah, and it amped up. Yeah, it amped up real bad. He was attacking her in her sleep, pushing her while she was walking. We would get in the showers. We would get attacked in the showers. We would get scratched up all over our bodies. It was so bad.
And obviously you couldn't go and sell the house because you've got money in the house, and you're not going to get money out of the house. That's
exactly.
People say, "Oh, why didn't you move?" Duh, because
you can't.
Houses cost money.
And in the state of North Carolina, you're not allowed to sell a haunted house. You're not.
Really?
Yep. And when
I know that.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. And if the seller knows about it and you find out, you can actually take the seller to court and make them pay you every time you stepped up into the house. Yeah. So instead of that happening, he just bought me the deed over, and he says, "Here, I'm sorry." He said, but I had heard about it, but I didn't know that it was that bad.
And I'm thinking, because I'm a fraudster, no, not really, but I'm thinking, all right, if you'd have burned it to the ground, just hold on, let me finish. If you had burned it to the ground and built it back up, it still would have been there.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it would just be in a new, and in fact, it would be angry because you completely took it, and changed it. So, even I'm just saying, hey, Colette, that is absolutely insane.
The whole land over here is just haunted. It's got a lot of blood, and we found out who it was and why he was doing this.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently he fell in love with my daughter because she resembled so much of his girlfriend.
There you go.
And he was obsessive over her. It got so bad to where we had to move her out. She got pregnant, and while she was taking a shower, shampoo bottles, all bottles that were in there just kept being thrown at her stomach, and she was just being attacked.
Well, it was jealous.
Yes, it was highly jealous. Oh my God,
Deborah, that is amazing. I thought our stories aren't bad. We have a ghost here that's just lazy.
I wish I had a lazy one.
I mean, it's just so lazy. It does the same things over and over again. And I thought, you know how they'll talk about residual energy or intelligent, and this one is, ours is a little intelligent, but it's also lazy. But I'm glad. I wouldn't change a thing, Miss Deborah. I would not change a thing with you. So it was a person and not like, I don't know where you live in North Carolina, but
Gates County.
I know that Indians were so thick in North Carolina, Virginia, Georgia. They were, I mean, it was, I don't know how many different, the types of Indians there were. There, Algonquin, and of course the coast ones. So I would have always figured it would be the Indians.
No, actually, it was. We also had buffalo soldiers out here that were on the property too. So we had, not only did we have to deal with what we were dealing with on the inside, but we had to deal with what was going on the outside. Those people, ghosts, whatever, they were awful.
Yeah.
I would wake up, my horse would be like literally tied so tight to the tree that my horse couldn't move.
Oh, that's cool. So when they came in, they told you what exactly to do to get rid of it, or to at least tap it down, right?
Yeah. She told me
and
that I had to.
And it worked.
It did, but it took a lot of time in doing it.
Sure.
It wasn't just something that people think when you're dealing with something like this. Oh, you could just get someone to come in and clean your house, and you don't have nothing to worry about it. No, we had to do constant cleansing. Every 2 weeks, we had to constantly cleanse this house and smudge it, and it was constantly being push. See, I go out there on my own and do investigations.
Right.
I'll go to haunted places. I'll tell them what they got going on. I can help you get rid of what's going on. But when it came to my house, I couldn't do that.
No,
I could not read my own house. I could see what's going on.
He was entrenched.
Yeah.
What always worried me, all right, so Thomas Jefferson's summer home, Poplar Forest, is literally, I can walk to it right now if I wanted to.
Okay.
So the land that we are on now was part of Thomas Jefferson's Poplar Forest estate, because he had a farm out here. And I was always so frightened of what might be, I mean, because things will pop up out of nowhere. Something will pop up out of nowhere. I mean, like in anywhere. It doesn't, a ghost or spirit doesn't always show itself. It can wait. It's got all the time in the world.
Right.
So I'm always scared. I mean, just because too, I don't hear anything, but I don't want to hear talking about the my little son, who's 21, he was about 3 or 4, and he said he had a friend. His friend's name was Rowan, Roan, Rowan.
Okay.
And so when he was outside, he played with Rowan. He stood at our bay window and waved to Rowan, because Rowan was outside. And I was like, oh. I said, why doesn't Rowan come inside? And he turned around and looked at me and said, because you have to ask him.
Oh.
I know. And I'm like, Rowan and you could have a picnic under the tree, but Mommy's not going to have him. And hey, Katie. Yeah, the way he turned around and looked at me, he said, because you have to ask him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, little boy. Yeah.
And this one here will turn around. This one has pinned me to my bed.
Oh, no.
Sexually assaulted me.
No.
Yeah. And my daughter, too. And it's one hell of a thing, to go through something like that. And you're sitting there trying to fight it off, but he's got your covers.
He's got you pinned.
Yeah, you're pinned within the covers. You can't get out of it. So I'm sitting here trying to pin to get out of the covers, and all you can hear is him laughing. His name was Neil Jor.
Oh.
And yeah, his family was real prominent out here in Gates County into the law business and offices and stuff like that. So he apparently how he was living back in the late 1800s, and he died in the late 1800s. He went on a drunken binge, and he went into town, and he was trying to start fights, and well, he ended up with a bullet.
Oh, jeez.
That's how he passed away.
Earth is putting out the episode. You know, Pirate's mother, my pirate, her mother, and her sister. Her mother, well, her mother's a little crazy. Now, listen, I'm just saying this because, and the house indeed is not haunted. However, her mother was convinced that it was. So they did the exact same show. And Martha is her mother's name. Said, it pushed me down the stairs. And Jennifer's like, no, it did not. You fell down the stairs because you was drunk. And then, it's all this stuff. And they didn't really find anything. Hey, Susan, yay! So
while they were here filming, my daughter got attacked. She was
really?
Yeah, she was getting strangled while they were here. And I didn't know. They were taking a break. It was a 5-minute break everybody was taking.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the cameras were still rolling and still on us. And she got attacked, and it freaked them all out. They all went out of the house, left the camera rolling, and all of them just head out the house. All the cameramen did. They're like, we're not coming back in there right now.
Oh, yes. Well, it's one of those things where you cannot protect her.
Right.
You cannot protect her.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize when your daughter's getting choked, you can't see if they're in front of her, beside her, or behind her. And a few times I have grabbed her and pulled her my way. I didn't realize that his grip got tighter around her neck. There was a few times I thought that I was going to have to call 911 out here because it had gotten her so bad to where she was turning blue in the face and I could not stop him. And you want to talk about something being terrified. That was terrifying because you can't stop something that you can't see.
Right. You can't see it. And it could care less about you.
Yeah. And then when Amy told me that it was after to kill my daughter, oh man.
Oh hell, damn no.
Lord, I lost it. They had to take a break on that one because boy, I lost it.
I'm sure.
I was like, oh hell no. Sure. Now I know who I'm dealing with. Now I know what to do to him.
There you go.
Now I know what to do with his
amazing
ass. So, yeah. I still have problems. I still have to smudge. I still have to do all of that.
Right.
At least once a month to keep everything at bay. But yeah, it's horrible.
How's it? How old is your daughter now? No, don't tell me that. How many babies does she have? Does she have 1, 2, 3, 4? You grandma?
Yes, she's got 2 babies.
Oh.
Yes.
I love being a grandmother.
I do too.
I always liked having them over here, playing with them, and when they pooped, hand them to their mother.
Sugar them up and go home.
There you go. That's what I used to do to that poor granddaughter. They would be wild. And she would come to get them, and she's like, I'm late. And I said, I know, and I used that time to feed them sugar.
That's right.
Every minute you're late, another sucker goes down their throat.
That's right.
Well, I do thank you for coming up.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, I'm Deborah's first time. We're gonna write a song. We're gonna write a song for the first panel people. We'll get back to you on that. We owe you that. All right. All right. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
But thank you for always showing up, Deborah. I really do appreciate it. You show up no matter if I'm here acting silly. You show me what you show up and.
Damn right, I gotta show you some love. I like what you do over here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
You're welcome.
I really do.
All right, I'm gonna drop down now.
Okay, look.
Bye.
Hey, little Mr. Fuck it. Oh, okay. So we're gonna tell you about our house. I'll start because okay. Ever since we've lived in this house, and I don't know if it's residual, but I've said it is kind of intelligent. One of the calmest things. I mean, it's just like I said, it's lazy. I'll be anywhere in this house, and it will be one of their voices, one of my 4 children. It'll be their voices saying, Mom, clear as day. And I'll go, what? And then I'll remember they're not here. Nobody's here. It's me. Or sometimes people are here and I'll go, funny, real funny. My husband and I were laying in our bed one time, watching TV in the afternoon. Okay. And he does not like to talk about this stuff. Hey, Roundhouse, he does not like to talk about this stuff. But we were watching TV. We had it mounted up here, right? And a light went from one side of the room across and out over to the other side, out. And I said, did you see that? And he said, no, I did not. So that scared him. And then there'll be, okay, so when I'm down here, it's like I said, these aren't scary things. When I'm down here and nobody's at home, and one day I'm going to record it. Up here, my kitchen is straight up here. And it will move chairs. It will move, we have stools. It will move like they are coming, like somebody is just spinning them. And then I'll go upstairs and look, they're all right where they're supposed to be. Nothing's moved.
That's so creepy.
I thank you.
That's so weird.
Then another time. All right, so I was coming down the steps up into the basement. No lights were on in the basement, and it was pitch black dark outside. And when I tell you pitch black dark, I mean literally could not see your hand in front of your face.
Oh God, I hate this one.
But I got down to about the fourth or fifth step down, to the end, and there was a figure that was darker than the black. Okay, it was darker than the black. And I had no choice but to go straight through it. There was no, hey, Garb, I could not, there was no way to, momentum. I went straight through it. Did it scare me? No. I mean, did it I didn't go through it and was like terrified. I just went through it and thought, well, that was unnecessary. And I think that's why they don't fuck with me too much. Do you think? Yeah. I'm just like real funny.
But even anyone in the South, they mess with you the most.
Yeah, they mess with me the most. Yeah.
So I think they just want to be known. They just want.
I'm always at the basement.
They just want people to know that they're here.
Yeah, because she's heard it. Haven't you heard it? No, Devin's heard it.
I haven't.
Oh,
I think I've heard it, but not really.
Oh, have you? I get on those kicks. I get on those kicks of the scary stuff. I kind of like it. I like it. I get a lot. Does anybody have another story?
I have stories.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. She's down here to tell a story.
Okay.
I am so sorry.
Wow. Okay.
Take it.
So as you said, we live in a really haunted house. Not as bad as it could be, but it's still something is there. And I feel it mostly in my room at night.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just feel something there. It's not evil.
Sure,
it's not weird. It's there. And I don't really like it.
No, she don't like it.
I don't like it. So I have to sleep with lights on. I cannot sleep in the dark. There was one time I was making my bed at night, okay? And something pulled my shirt down.
I get that.
It wasn't weird. It wasn't pulling my shirt up. It was just pulling my shirt straight down. And there's no way my shirt could have dropped.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it could have hit something.
Mm-hmm.
It was pulled. There's one point I was a kid, and I remember being so afraid of a specific corner of my room. And I went to you. I was like, Mom, something's in my room.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, no, there's not. And I was like, yes, there is. Is her house haunted? And you said, no. I said, how do you know? And she said, well, I would know. Bitch lied to me.
I mean, I just thought she was having a crazy spell.
And to this day, I will still feel something in that corner.
But if you tell it to go away.
I think I have. And it's just
if you just say go away, I'm not doing this today. I think because I don't pay this thing much mind, it's lazy. I got the laziest ghost, Then lazy.
In our house, we have a hallway. And stuff is in the hallway.
Yeah. Stuff is in the hallway.
One time I was talking to my dad. And it's a kitchen, living room, hallway.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my dad. I was in the hallway talking to my dad. And I look over and I turn the light switch on. And there's something right beside me, as tall as the ceiling, looking at me.
Yeah.
And when I turned it on, it was like a second slower than the light. And it literally made me flinch. And it was right there.
I forgot about the hallway. The hallway's bad. The hallway is bad. If you were anywhere, I used to have my computer upstairs, and it would turn like you would. There's a wall, and something would go, and then come back.
Yeah.
That was bad. And then last week.
Yeah. I'm talking about mom first.
Okay.
One time I turned it on. I turned the light on, and something was standing at the end, and it went into my grandmother's room.
Yeah.
Our house was built in the 1970s,
mm-hmm.
So it's not an old house, really.
No, it's in the 70s, so it's not old at all. But I do not know. Last week I was standing in
hallway.
I was in the hallway. I was in between the living room and the dining room.
Yeah.
And I saw something walk from my son's room to my mom's room, and I just looked over. I knew I saw it. I don't know what it was, but my dad told us to be afraid.
Oh, I got another one.
Well, I mean, yeah, Kels, a little bit.
Okay. This was when I was in 8th grade. I'm a senior in high school now. This is like 4 years ago. And middle schoolers, I was crying in my room.
Oh, roundhouse. Thank you.
And it was in the middle of the night. I was crying. And at this point I would keep my door cracked. And I was crying. And something ran. It was white. It was a white figure. It was a white figure. And it ran through it just ran past.
Yeah.
And I looked over. I wasn't scared. But it was just so weird. I'll never forget that. I did forget it until now, but yeah.
You made me remember.
Oh God.
I was pregnant with my Devin, who it would have been 1994, and I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment.
I didn't have shoes on. Sorry.
I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. So there was one point, you know how emotional people are when they're pregnant. Well, her father was a piece of shit. That's a story for another panel. But I was crying so heavily and so hard. Now, my grandfather died when I was 4, and I was sitting on his lap when he had a massive heart attack. And he was and is, to this day, sorry, everybody in the house, the most favorite man I've ever seen. Yeah. I loved him this much. But he had a smell. There was a smell. You know how everybody's got their own smell. So I am sitting in this apartment, and I'm crying, and I'm on the edge of the sofa, right? I think I have my arm I can't remember my arm. I know that my arm was like this, was straight on the arm. And so my nose I cannot breathe because I've got and I felt a finger, and I was looking at my arm when this happened. I felt a finger that went up my finger. And then I took a breath. And then I could smell him. I could smell my grandfather. And then I had a lamp, and it went off. And I calmed down. Hey, mystery. Calmed completely down. Fast forward 6 months, right? Devin is 3-4 months old. I have a daughter, Kelster. Kelster had a big, huge radio, right? Big, huge. She had tapes in it. And me and Devin and Kelster were there. And all of a sudden, Kelster's, I wish I'd call her. Her little boom box at the time, that's what they called them, went off. It started playing. But it wasn't plugged up, and it didn't have any batteries in it. So I went and stopped it, and I thought, well, that's odd. Maybe I just am not reactive to this stuff. Another night, there was this ball.
You're used to it at this
That's
point.
true. Every night, I would pick up Devon's toys and put them in like a clothes hamper. She was 3, like I said, maybe she was 6 months old. She had this ball that had different things on it, but on top, she could hit it and a little red light would go off. She wasn't ever big enough to do it, right? I mean, it never happened. I cleaned up all the toys. I put them in the clothes hamper, whatever, not the hamper, but laundry basket. I go to bed, and we wake up, me and her dad, to this ball, and we walk into the living room, and that ball is sitting in the middle of the living room floor with that red part going off, playing music. And that is when I shit my pants for the first time. I didn't a little bit. But I never get scared about that stuff. Like I should. Maybe it's because... Maybe it's... I don't know. I mean, if something really bad happened, I would. But like when I walked through that figure down here, I didn't... I didn't freak out. What are you doing?
There's questions.
Oh, Lord, if there's questions, we're in trouble.
What do you mean, like, what did it have shoes on? Like, the figure?
Our stuff, I never looked that close.
They've always just been figures.
Yeah, it's not like it's just I don't know, heads, little dark figures. And I know people go, ooh, the dark people, don't go near the dark people. And I'm like, fuck off. You don't know mine are damn. Absolutely. It was an Ernie joke. Oh, stop it, Roundhouse. I didn't get it. See, Savage says that I should start all my shows going off like I did last week. And I thought, was the spirit a man or a woman?
It's just always been figures.
Ambiguous.
Yeah,
it's ambiguous. Don't know.
I don't think I've ever...
Night traitors. You're not the dark people. You're a light. You're a ray of light. Traitors. A little ray of light. She is too.
When did Grandma get this house?
90. About 98, 99.
So what do you... it's just... No.
A spirit box. Okay. Catherine Emily.
I have a story about this.
I know you do. Dummy. Little dummy here. Little dummy. Tell me. Come on, little dummy.
Which one should I talk about? I had my phone. Okay, I have multiple, okay? My dad had this. He used to work. We should tell Dad's story. He used to work at this salvage yard.
Yes, I called it an automotive boutique.
So he had a good, and that was haunted.
It was a junkyard.
That's a different story. So he had a...
Wait a minute. They would get in cars that were involved in wrecks and still had blood in them.
Yeah.
At the salvage boutique. Just saying.
And so
not a good sign.
He had a ghost app on his phone. And obviously I don't believe in that. It's a phone. How can it do that?
Yeah.
And so I was in the living room and I turned it on. And the first thing it said was fat.
Yeah.
So
called us fat.
I'm like,
that son of a bitch called us fat.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Excuse me. And then it said, sorry.
Yeah.
And then I continued asking questions.
Yeah.
And it would answer them.
Yeah, but it called us fat.
It called us fat. The first time, okay. Then by our house, I don't know, 50 minutes away.
Yeah.
There is this Civil War house. And no, I don't think any wars happened there. Or battle. It might have been battle. I don't know. But me and my dad, I had it on my phone this time. And we started talking to it. We would go around and ask questions. It wouldn't answer any of my questions, but it would answer my dad's questions.
It messed with whatever it was. It messed with my husband at work bad. And
we're talking about... Okay.
No, I'm just saying the one that was at his work that he does not believe in this stuff. Then he came home. He's like, I don't even want to have a problem at work. And
what did it do at work?
It would, when he was up and trying to pull parts and stuff, it would F with him, ask him. Yeah.
I'm hearing this door moving, it's scaring me. Okay,
I
so
did
then
hear it move too. I heard it move. Hey, Alyssa.
Then, we were talking to it, and I closed the app, and I went to film, because it's a pretty area, and I came back to it and it was still on, and I looked through the past messages, and it was explaining a plaque that was by us. So reading these names and this stuff, I go over and I'm reading it. I'm like, these are the same names. This is the same war. And then I said, are you just joking around? And it said, jokester. And then we go over.
So you were in Sandusky House,
yes.
right? Yeah.
Then we go over to where they had the slaves. And it started getting dark messages like Satan stuff. And I was like, you know what? Goodbye. Bye.
Yeah,
goodbye. I'm going home. So we said goodbye, turned it off, and left.
Kels, that's a pretty good idea, though. I'm saying. She sings Amazing Grace. I would, too. I just don't, nothing's ever, trying to think of anything's ever frightened me. Yeah, Amazing Grace. I got the perfume.
Barely.
I'm trying to think. I've been made uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Here, there, and everywhere. Like when you don't remember, you were too little. But we left the beach. We left the beach in the middle of the night because I couldn't stay in that room anymore.
Remember leaving it. I don't remember. I didn't know that we. I remember leaving. I don't remember. I don't think you guys told me that one, we were leaving early, and two, that there was something weird happening.
Oh,
another reason we left early is because a man died in front of the hotel.
There was yeah. My husband and I were sitting on the balcony, and there was, I don't even know how to. He thought it was
and this was oceanfront.
Oceanfront, yeah. My husband thought, because he let his binoculars take, and he could see something bobbing, and he said, "It's a tan. It looks like a tan. I think it was a tan float, a kind of float. It's a tan float." And then the lifeguard went out there on his little Sea-Doo, and he came back in on the Sea-Doo, and they went back out on the Sea-Doo, and he started riding around and around and around the person, because that's when we found out it was a person. And then from up here, you could see the Myrtle Beach police. I guess police coming with. They had a little basket behind them, just bouncing. I'll never forget that bounce. And they got there, and they put the person on there. Like, put the person on the thing, and they took it that way.
So yeah, that's why we left. We left. We're like, you know what?
I said, this is enough.
It's not worth it.
This is enough.
But it had a bowling alley.
Yeah, it did have a bowling
alley. No, it didn't.
Look up Ghosts of... Hold on.
Take your sticky notes.
I know, you're my... Oh, thank you. Hold on, we keep losing pens.
What else? Oh, and then...
Ghosts of Hotel.
What else? So my dad had his work. He
All right, look at that up.
He had his ghost app. No, he didn't. He just had his camera on. He was just recording. I think he was outside smoking a little cigarette. And
a little cigarette.
You
make it sound like it was dope.
He was smoking a
cigarette. He was outside smoking dope. No, he wasn't.
Okay. And he just thought to himself, let me just press record.
Yeah.
And he listened back to it, and it said, "Come with me," or it said, "Follow me," or something. Don't know why he stayed at that job for that long.
He didn't stay long,
but
he's been there a long time though. He'd actually been there many, many, many years.
I mean, he was mean.
Gold Rush, Paranormal. I gotta write these down. Because sometimes you just get in the mood for them, and when it's not your story, you're like, oh, I can enjoy that. It's your story. You're like, oh, that ain't funny. It ain't nice. All right, let me write all that.
Anything else that's like?
I don't think we do. I set up some, I was going to try to steal 2 different scary story things, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I went down the rabbit hole. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mitten Mama. Yeah, it's a body of work that deserves Oscar. Did you see the one where I was Molly Golightly and I had all that shit to eat? And you hear this one in the background. She is my director. She is my editor. If you hear her and me fighting a lot, because I thought, hey, driving bitch, I kept thinking that, and I was right. Eventually, the outtakes are often funnier than the damn thing. We fighting. She would make me start writing scripts so she knew what was going to go happen. I'm like, I don't write. Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Okay.
What do you mean write a script? That's stupid.
What do you mean plan out your videos?
Yeah, what you're talking about. So that, yeah.
It was the one that she's talking to herself with 3 people.
Yeah.
How are you going to talk? How are you going to do that without a script?
Easy. I could do it.
And then you edit it. Because I'm not going to know what's going on.
Sorry.
I don't know how you plan to do it.
Oh, there's one that was ruined by wind. I could have died. But I never, all that food, right? And my grandchildren were so excited because I left all of it, right? They had cake, they had donuts, they had chicken. Yeah, they had so much. They had so much to eat. They were like, I came home and was sick for 2 days. I'm telling you what I did. And that's probably, I had a rush of ideas for those people because they're so ridiculous. How do you make somebody completely ridiculous even more ridiculous? It's harder than you think. So, and I don't feel that way about anybody really now, so I'm not motivated, but I was thinking about, oh no. Okay, I might have an Ernie Shell one coming. I promised you I have an Ernie Shell parody coming. And I say that because I ordered something. It's going to be here tomorrow. What are you doing?
That just looks cooler.
Okay. So I do have a Ernie Shell coming. A band of memories.
Because now you can see the flavor.
Yeah. Oh, it is kind of better though, isn't it?
Yeah, because you have a white screen blinding you.
Yeah, because I think now, I mean, Ernie is a pot of gold that nobody is, full. I mean, it's really hard to parody normal people because there's just nothing there to make fun of. With him, endless things. So, do I look like a demon?
No.
Yes, I do. No,
why do you think you do?
My eyes. I don't know.
Why are you so zoomed out?
Yeah, it's getting me right. I thought about it the other day when he was saying he was going to be doing the medallions. Just get ready for it. I don't know, Carrie. I don't know. God tried to knock her face off and he missed. And he got her nose. So after that, I don't know. You know what? That's the easiest person to make a parody of in the world is Tammy because she's so fucking stupid. She says the dumbest shit. It's almost like not even a challenge. Will you please bring more light? I look like I'm going to turn into a demon.
You don't.
I do. Thank you.
You just don't get.
No, I don't need that. It looks like. Oh, why do you do that?
What do you want?
I tried to come up with my Wi-Fi setting had to be changed. Oh no, Halloween baby. All right, you're not helping.
I don't know what you want. Is that good?
Yes, thank you. This is why this is a one-man show.
Yeah, one-man show. With how much you ask me for help
to fix the picture thing.
You asked for so much more than that.
Anyway, so let me discuss briefly what's going to go on next week. All right, so all right. Melissa, yeah. Ghost of Maine. Oh, I'm going to watch all these. So next week, we're going to do the Lindbergh baby kidnapping. Somebody was tried, somebody was executed for that crime. However, However, that man might not have done it. It's very interesting. It happens in 1932, the actual kidnapping. And then I'm going to try to have nights like this where we can come up and talk about different things. Band of Signals too. Oh, again. And it's going to involve, like when I do Arnie's show, I'm going to have to put the hair back. I'm going to have to do the whole Val and pirate effect, because they do it perfectly. Don't worry. I'll do it perfectly as well. I have no choice. Anyway, so that next week is I Wore My Snakes.
Because you are one.
I'll whip your ass when I get I Wore My Snakes. Oh, well, daggone it, Hillbilly.
What?
Halloween, baby. I want to hear your stories. Well, it's just a really interesting story because I'm going to preface this with Charles Lindbergh was the most famous human being on the planet at this time. Well, he was the most, and I mean all worldwide. I'm not saying United States. He was I don't even think I can compare. I can't really compare anyone to him. And when he had this baby, there was speculation. He was married, obviously, but everybody in the world was speculating. They hadn't seen him, they hadn't seen their wife, and they had to come out after the child was born and announce it. And then thousands of cards and gifts started pouring in daily for this child, Charlie. I can't. It's hard to explain his popularity. I can't. And his son was the second most popular human on the planet after that. And then when the child was 20 months old, the child is kidnapped out of his bedroom window while people were still awake. You would look it up. Somebody built a 2-story ladder out of just absolute, I don't even know happenstance how they got. Anyway, they crawled up to this home, went in the window, got the kid, left a note, got back out, and left. Anyway, I guess there was someone tried and convicted, and we're not positive because there's a lot of stuff that Charles Lindbergh didn't want you to know, and I know it. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you for coming tonight. This has been fun. No, it wasn't. Memories. I'm telling you, you got to show up next week because I go from that morning literally to everything that happens that day. All right. So when the note was found, so we know exactly what happened that day. Now I'm moving over towards after that and the different theories that go around and Carrie's my cuz. Anyway, I want to thank you for sharing these things. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to try to think of stuff like this to do that's different because we don't need to hear about murders or mysteries every week. Sometimes we can just. So I'll try to think of these. If y'all think of anything, let me know. And what do you think? You got anything to say?
No.
Did you drink enough of my damn tea?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I didn't bring a beverage.
You should have. Thank you, God, for not letting my curtains catch on fire. Do you mind blowing those out?
No.
Why not? Bodie Royal. Hi. Yes, I am trans. I'm trans right now. In fact, I'm sitting on my dick. And I'm very uncomfortable with it.
Huh?
Oh, you and your joy. I don't know. Somebody asked me if I was trans. Absolutely. Trans. Damn wonderful. Max, I like seeing you around. Come back all the time. Well, hello, Bodie. It's nice to meet you. I'm going to get Halloween, baby. I love you. We're going to get you on this panel now. We're going to get you on this panel. And I've seen a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time, and I sure have missed you. This is Baby Cat. Yeah. Baby 681. I'm doing it next Saturday night, twinning at 9. Nope. I don't. I'm going to set up the StreamYard notification for it. In fact, probably do it when I get off here. So, I love you all. No, thank you. I love you. Southern girl, I just like seeing you here. I just like seeing you here. I like seeing you all here. And I love you. I know it's like Southern girl works like a dog.
No, I'm
you
sorry.
don't even know.
I'm sorry. It's just that I love my lesbian daughter took me out.
This lesbian dog, that's a lesbian.
Not my lesbian.
What?
I saw a comment. Thank you. Thank you for the.
She is. Stuff. She's playing a grand. What?
So okay, I'm playing the Grand Duchess of Olga Katrina in our next play.
Yeah, the Grand Duchess of Olga Katrina.
My first woman.
And
I always play man.
Yeah, she's always played man, and she gets to play a woman.
Played man.
That's gonna be weird.
I'm gonna wear a dress too.
Shut the hell up. That's crazy. I can't do it.
It's gonna be wild.
And I'll be in the
no competition.
And I'll be in the
just a normal show.
I'll be in the audience
house.
Who will I be doing this for?
Atlas.
She has a little Atlas. Atlas, if you're watching, hey.
Atlas is not watching.
I know Atlas is not watching. Atlas is a very very good actor, and I have a little small obsession with it because he's so good, you know.
Yeah.
Can you tell stories on him? Wait a minute. Shit, fuck. Hold on. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry.
Theater competitions are stressful.
They were stressed for real. Is that Tennessee?
It's so funny because it's like theater is not meant to be competition. So when we're all at I feel like with sports, there's rivalry.
Say it again. Do it. Try it. Rivalries.
Mm-hmm. But in theater, we're all just geeks. And especially at a convention, it's really funny. It's just a bunch of gay people in one building, and it's really funny.
But let me just tell you that Catherine actually won. So their school didn't win anything.
Nope.
But each school was recognized individually for their all-stars, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know who won one. I mean, maybe Catherine Orr won a All-Star Award.
I was one of the best actors in my school.
Yes. And then there was a monster that was actually Frankenstein. It was supposed to be, but it was 3 different people.
Yeah,
they were all
students.
They were all So they were big and they yelled and they lunged. They won one.
Yeah.
And then
the main character Igor.
Won.
She won one. And she plays a man too.
Yeah, she plays a man. She played a man. So I mean,
I did not look like one.
We'll take it. We'll take the individual All-Star Award, won't we?
Yeah.
We will.
It's golden too.
Yes, it is golden. Oh, thank you, Mitten Mama, for you and Earth. What would I do? I don't even know.
That's our motto.
Tammy, I'm just me.
You better slay. We say that so much.
You better slay, girl.
Do you guys want to see what the medal looks like?
No, we're not showing pictures of the cat. Anyway,
the medal.
I know you just come in. Your busy season is coming. I know. We never see Tammy. I'm just me no more. She won't quit her job, so I don't know what to do. Anyway, I love you all. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna do my what I say? Oh, my StreamYard. I'm gonna nope. Yes, my StreamYard. I'm gonna set up the StreamYard. I'm so tired. we're gonna set up the stream thing for the thing for next week. And I love you all. And I love you. And thank you, everybody that came up. And thank you, everybody that stayed. And thank you. Bye. I love you.